strikes me, Nate, that outside of the plane crash, you never had a real severe injury, did you? I mean, you had wear and tear, but was there ever one really severe injury besides what you sustained in the plane crash?
Both my rotators, three times actually, my rotators, and then that C5 in my neck rung a bell for about a month and a half. But they weren't at the point now, back in the 80s, where the advanced technologies they have for surgery to fix that. So I never had it refused. It healed itself. It left my tricep a little smaller. But as I said earlier, I was never Mr. America to begin with, so nobody noticed. You know, like you may have noticed Orndorff's left arm. He had the same kind of thing I did, and mine came back a lot better than his did. His whole left arm, shrunk down probably 2 or 3 inches. And Paul's another guy with one of those incredible physiques. Didn't mean to leave him off the list by any means. And a tough kid.
Now, why do you think that you didn't sustain more major injuries given your schedule and given the longevity of your career? Was it just knowing how to work? Was it just luck? What were the factors?
Luck. It's got to be God and luck. And also I take a lot of what's called control bumps. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but elaborate.
I'm 90% sure, like a press slam that I know that with Luger or Sting or the guys that know how to do it right, I was going to land on my back. That's no problem, right? I've been dumped on my head, a lot of times, but nothing ever happened more than a stiff neck. And I also, I've been lucky with my knees. I mean, your knee injuries and stuff. And I also think that after being bugged by so many people, I actually went and took that test, that DNA test. And the guy did it with me. I go up and train with Rob, John Cena's trainer. I drive up to Lakeland and train with him 4 days a week. So we did this thing. And he sat down. He said, "Do you have time to sit down for an hour?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "There's some amazing things about you here." I said, "Don't tell me." But I have some different genetic things that are holding me together, hopefully for a few more years.
Well, for example,
I have a gene that says I'm very immune to pain.
I could have told you that.
No, seriously. No, I have one of the things, and I don't know how they break that down, but that's one of the reasons I damn near died, because I had a ruptured appendicitis for a day and was septic and just thought I had gas or a stomach ache. You know what I mean? I walk in the hospital. This is not when I almost died. This is in 15. And they were operating on me in 15 minutes. And I was like projectile vomiting, like Linda Blair, the green stuff. But I just thought of it as being a pain. You know what I mean? So you learn how to work with it. And then the other thing was that when Warrior, accidentally, Warrior suplexed me in Phoenix, Barkley was on the front row. I got that inner ear problem. And then and that's when I flew over to make Brett the champion. And in that match, I couldn't even get up and down because of the inner ear problems. If you've ever had that, when you land, I literally could not get to my feet fast because I had no balance. So that healed. You know the story. I went 5 months. I went to Duke. I went to Mayo Clinic. I went to 2 other doctors. My dad's a doctor. The day that I'm going to get a check for $750,000 tax-free, because I paid income tax on the premiums. Yes, so in other words, that meant I got it all tax-free. 750 grand, and then another 250 for another 5 years or whatever it was. I woke up and it was gone. I went over, Mark, I hit my head against the wall 5 times. I said, "What's wrong? This can't be happening." I called my dad. I said, "Dad, what are you gonna do?" I said, "I'm just going home and get a check." He said, "No, you're not. Karma." I said, "Karma?" He said, "Yes." He said, "If you go take that check and there's nothing wrong with you, karma." Now, I can tell you something that I can name 5 guys that aren't dead right, that have passed away, that took those checks. So I'm inclined to believe my dad had something to say about it. because everybody was riding those Lloyds of London. You know the deal, right? Come
Oh,
on.
right.
I'm not
I
going to
can't.
mention any names. I'm
I
not. But
can't
I
believe you
mean,
didn't take it.
well, my dad told me not to. My dad, believe it or not, even though most of my life I would do things and then get permission afterwards, which did not really work with my mom and dad. I actually took his advice. He said, "Son, it's karma to go collect that money. If you got your health, go enjoy the day. You'll make money again."
And you did.
I didn't get it. No, but I mean, I'm looking at the guys that did get it. None of them are here, so I don't know. You know, I'm certainly not saying it's because they got the Lloyd of London check, but you know, I'm gonna never pat myself on the back, but I'll pat my dad on the back and thankful they told me not to get it because I would have, you know, stuff like that can haunt you down. You know what I mean? It's like the things in your life. It's like when my son passed. I can't make up for the time that I wasn't with him. As you know, Mark, I took him everywhere. You came to watch him wrestle. I brought him to Pittsburgh. I took him to New York. We did everything. But you take your eye off someone for a second that's got a problem and you don't know about it, then somebody else is making a decision. So whoever told my dad made that decision to tell me, and you know, because you can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow. So I'm still here. I was supposed to be dead from 4 years ago, and I'm still here.
Is it hard to believe you're still here? I mean, not just 4 years ago, but all things considered. I mean, you lived your life like you thought it wouldn't last long.
That's what I do right now. But I don't start till 5 o'clock. I was starting at 10 in the morning before.
I was going to say, you're just drinking coffee as far as I can tell right now.
Yeah, no, I never do anything before 5 o'clock, and just beer and wine, no liquor, nothing. No, I really that daytime drinking can be really can be contagious.
Yes.
Yeah, they put me in rehab for 35 days, gave me the coin. I flipped it in the air, walked across the street, and bought a beer. So there you go. They had me fooled, Mark, for a day, and then I figured it out. I mean, I was so wrecked that they put me in rehab, and it was horrible. But it took me a day to realize that there's nobody there that can outwork me. So look at me on that. Put the camera on where I can see you. Okay. So Mark, look at me and say, "Are you okay, Rick?"
Are you okay, Rick?
Yeah. Why? Why'd you ask?
No, you're more okay than that. And
You feel okay, Mr. Flair? I feel fine. Why?
Well, I gotta tell you.
You need to go back to your room? Yes.
What happened 4 years ago, I mean, made you stronger, don't you think? I mean, you got past it.
It took me 4 years to get up.
Yeah, but I don't think you're living perfect, Nate, but I think you're living better, don't you? I mean, you're happy, you're healthy. I mean, look at yourself.
I quit working out. I quit doing everything. And now I'm working out regularly. I really, for my age, the guy Rob, unless he's lying to me, I don't think he is. I'm the kind of shape that people aren't supposed to be in at my age. But I spend time doing it. You know what I mean? But I found for me, everybody has to have motivation. I met Rob. I'd heard about him, but this is John's friend. He was the head of athletic trainer at the University of Georgia. He's been in charge of the combine. I mean, he's a world-class trainer. And I've learned, you know, when you own 10 Gold's gyms and you spent, you know, 50 or 55 years of your life working out, more than that, 58 maybe. You think you know everything. Then you go meet a guy like that, you realize you know nothing. So I'm thankful for that opportunity. And it's, you know, I'm after we get done with this today, I'm going to go up there, and then I'll have a beer afterwards.
I think you got one more match in you, Nate. What do you think?
Most assuredly, and a lot of conversation.
Really? Do go on. Tell me more.
No, I mean, I don't know. I know. I mean, that's not going to happen. But could I do it? Absolutely.
Well, you know what impressed me?
I'm in better shape now than I was when Sting and I wrestled that last match on Nitro.
Right.
But
when you
I
wore a
went
shirt,
home.
I have to say.
So that's after I'd shaved my head, I just went home and said, boy, what a way to end. I mean, I went home with my head shaved, my son's head shaved, my career in shambles. Because Vince called me and said, you want to come to work? I said, yeah, man, tell me when. I didn't hear back home for a year. So then I had to go home, which I hadn't been home my whole life, and sit home for a year. Hence, daytime drinking. The minute the country club opened. I wasn't used to being home and I wasn't used to being under control. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, look at you now, better shape than you were then. Well, and you and Hogan, when you worked together, never had a contentious relationship, did you?
No, never. I love working with him. I want to work with him more. I'll tell you the story. I go to Hogan. I say, it's time for you to turn back, red and yellow. He goes, you think so, brother? I said, yeah, this NWO thing has gotten so diluted, it's gone. Red and yellow, that's who you are. Go out like that. So we shot the angle, right? Chicago, sold out. I got to figure right here. Bruce MacArthur, my friend, the building, United Center, right? $486,000. Milwaukee, the small building, 230 grand. The Palace, Sunday afternoon, 330 or 40,000, right? Sold out. The Palace, Sunday afternoon. I never saw Hogan again. Eric just said, oh, that's too good.
Now, at a later date, we're going to talk.
Yeah, it's very similar to the angle with me and Sting and Pillman and Arn. Too good. Next day, oh my God, Angle should have gone forever, right? Instead, the next night they booked me and Sting. He beats both me and Arn, and he walks in the dressing room. I'll never forget that. And Eric's going, Sting's back. Yeah, not a word to me and Arn.